Hey everybody, how's life treating you? This is your daily insight on life and love for June 12th, 2020, but it's also timeless. So wherever you're pulled to it in time, let me know what brings you here. Let me know if you need clarification or if you have any questions about booking your own personal reading, because I have a sale going on. I've extended it. It's been a lot of fun. Definitely say hello. Let me know where you are in the world. I'm in Dutchess County, New York, and well, it was kind of humid today, kind of hot. But that being said, I love it. And I wasn't pulled to any particular deck to kick this off with, so we're going to go completely on the fly. Let's see. Oh yeah, change of scenery. I'm doing the reading from my bed because I can. All right, where are we going? I don't even know. Gotta do this. All right, Spirit. What the dealio? All right, so I'm being pulled to daily guidance from your angels. Angels. Did I say angels? Yeah, I've been having a rough day talking. So, all right. That was pretty damn fast. Either that or I'm a terrible shuffler, and both things are equally possible. My fearless freedom lights up the world. This is what I was holding in the beginning of this. I guess this can be the basis for the reading. Or another, oh, there's actually two. I'm going to keep this for a different part. I'm not being pulled to this just yet, but there are three particular cards that are standing out. So, daily guidance from the angels. Know this and notice the signs. Steady progress. Be honest with yourself. That seems to be the hardest thing at times. You know, you get a sign in front of you, and you know how you're like, you know what, maybe I'm just being kind of crazy about this. Maybe I'm just too worried. Maybe this isn't real. I'm not talking about any one particular thing, but you know how we get into our heads about something because we want a particular outcome? This is saying, well, first off, you're getting a sign before you. It's a sign. Don't overanalyze it. Don't look for a sign upon a sign. I've said that numerous times in readings, and it still stands true in this moment. And you want to know what? With the astrological events that are happening, this is a second wave of huge, intense emotional eruption. You're seeing a lot of disruption in personal relationships right now. A lot of breakups are happening. And the floodgates and, you know, upcoming relationships, those are... So, be honest with yourself. Innocence. What do you desire? This is about you. Complete commitment. And commitment to your... Oh, okay. Yeah, Jesus Christ. That sounds woojy. This is the ultimate commitment to yourself. This completely coming into union. It's... Let's see. God, this is actually bringing me back to this amazingly intense reading that I had earlier. What do you desire? Well, what do you desire? Because the shell that you're breaking out of, it's so long-winded. And this is talking about how you spent so many years getting to this particular mindset, getting to this pause and destination. This is like a benchmark in your destination. It took you a while to get to this point. So now, with everything that's happened, with everything that you've broken out of, how you've grown, do you still want where you're at right now? Or is this going to be another launching point? So this is what we have right now. It's really a huge commitment to yourself and union with yourself, and you seeing how deserving and how lovable, how amazing you are. These signs, the steady progress into the next leap of your life. This is something that it says a leap, but you're really just methodically walking and not letting anything stop you along the way. Something trying to do a flash sale, that's great, grand, and wonderful. We're not even looking at it. We're not going to do some sort of knee-jerk reaction move. What do you desire? So write it down. And the fact that it's about being completely honest with yourself. What I have noticed, and When we get the ball rolling, when the momentum is there, it starts to become this cluster F of what can we get in that moment. And it's just accumulating all of these things. What do you actually desire? This is a point in time to keep your desires and what you are reaching out for completely simple. It's a hell yes or a hell no, not the I might need this at some point. No. Are you all in on this? Because if you work with maybes, if that, I might use this at some point, then you're spreading yourself so thin on this. Look at that. Be gentle on yourself. There's no possible way that you can do everything on the planet, and it is unfair of you to assume that of yourself. I don't know why you have such high standards. Oh, I can make it through this. I can do this. Yeah, but you are going to make yourself sick in doing so. You are going to put yourself in bed, on bed rest, whatever the case may be. You're going to put yourself in a position to snap at everything. We're trying to avoid that right now. So Spirit's saying, all right, let's keep it simple. This is not going to be something where you are losing time. There's no dire instant where you have to get all this done. All right, you have all the time in the world. Stop thinking about once you reach a certain point, there's nothing after it. These are all benchmarks on to the next stop. All right. Okay, actually, so now we're getting this. Oneness is my true nature. You are a walking paradox. You're an amazing individual, yet you are part of the collective consciousness. It's consciousness being the paradox. It is and it isn't at the same time. Ugh, I get so lost in that. So, where are we going to now? Almighty influencer, I want to say, yeah. All right. Stop chasing what eludes you. Some things are not meant to be. Some things... Sorry. As I'm writing this, a notification pops down. And it said, Aunt Dawn. I don't have an Aunt Dawn. But hey, that's actually, I think, a new client. Amazing. I can't wait. I think she is up tomorrow. Ask me about the sales. It has been ridiculous amount of fun. And I am so in love with meeting every single one of you all over the world. It's incredible, the people I have gotten to meet. I don't know. I love your stories. Okay. Not for you in between worlds to the sea. Jeez. You are in the resistance, son of a bitch. Happiness is not the destination. Happiness is the journey. You find your happiness along the way. Why do I suddenly have a tickle in my throat? Salted water. Yeah. Good God. It's been a thing the last few days. Communication has been absolutely atrocious. I mean, not in one particular instance, but through the collective. I mean, we are at this hugely intense time. People are almost deliberately misunderstanding each other. And it's like there's this tension between the two parties or whoever the hell's involved. And it's like they keep pushing that button because there's this huge need of release of this tension and everybody's just looking for the tipping. Where's the tipping point on this? It's like almost a need to get there. It's almost this weird cathartic release for some of you. I'm not saying that you're weird. I'm saying it's a need to release that tension. So we're not being completely productive on it, but it's there. So my dearest, please go over there. We have not for you in reverse. Between worlds upright. To the sea in reverse. Then we have happy, happy. That's upright. Higher power. Happiness is not a destination. It is the journey and finding your happiness along the way. You take it with you, and you might drop it off at a different stop because you need to pick up a new happiness, and that's perfectly okay. What you can't seem to pick up, either it's too heavy or it's not meant for you, stop trying to pick it up. It's so much easier said than done because the amazing wrapping paper that it comes with, it seems like the greatest gift in the world, the biggest mystery because you don't quite know what's inside. But the flip side about this is, even though we don't know what's inside, instead of going with our survival instincts that have been ingrained in us through generations, we're looking at it as possibility. I want you to transmute this, looking at what's eluding you. Not transmute. Redirect it to something that is very selfishly and personally for you. A person, not so much. A situation, not so much. What can be so personal for you that even in its unknowing, it inspires you. This, I want to pull away from this idealistic vision of a person or a dream life. Put it in directly for you and have it be part of your journey. You are in a massive transition. So since you're starting to see momentum and you're starting to see the fruits of your labor come into play, this is where the resistance comes in. And it is a little form of self-sabotage. It shows up as procrastination, pessimism, whatever this stepping stone is for you. It doesn't have to be isolated to those two. This can be whatever is getting in your way that you aren't willing to work your way through. So when you are confused, when you are trying to figure it out, instead of grabbing at everything, why not stand still and see your spidey senses and how it's responding to the little nooks and crannies around you, whatever is going through expansion, whatever is the road less traveled for you. This is probably something that you're going to want to invest in. This is the key to some form of happiness along the way. And the more that you do this, the more that you will actively open your connection to spirit, divine connection. What I love about the creative aspect of spirit and divine connection is it's so individual for you. And it can start off small, but the more that you start penciling things and are working your creativity, words or painting or sculpting, whatever the hell your art form is, what your creativity is, this is something that connects you to for your psychic senses, your spiritual senses. It's very cathartic, and it's its own personal brand to you. It's unlike anything else. It's as unique as your fingerprint, but don't get me started. I know there's a rough estimate of how many different fingerprints that could be out there, but it's as unique as your fingerprint or your DNA print. I'll go with that one. All right, where are we going to now? I'm starting to feel that drain. This intense energy that's been around, it is affecting everybody. And as I'm sitting here 13 minutes into this reading, talking to you, I want to fall asleep. Just like, and I'm in this reading and I love it. I feel the energy of it, but it's at odds with this feeling of just wanting to sleep. So what are you experiencing that's, going around? I know I'm not the only one. I have heard it all over the platforms, and it is mind-blowing. Okay, Spirit, where are we going with this? So we have these two making an appearance, the Emperor and the Magician. Let's see if they're going to come out again. Yeah, the Magician came out. I already knew that was going to happen. Come on. Okay. Ooh. Emotional imbalance, and this is something that is clouding the sense of momentum, the sense of authority. You want to be more direct, but you're having a tough time doing it. If you pause for a moment and do some inner inventory, this is gonna turn back upright. Do you hear that? Huh. There's a lot of cup energy in this. Wow. Hang on. Son of a bitch. Nobody is able to even talk right now. Everybody's having some form of shutting down. We're not even going to lose our head over the arguments that were at hand. We're just kind of done with it for a moment. There's withholding emotions. There's misuse of momentum, authority, action. Communication is shut down. It's like if anyone tries to talk right now, they're going to be at each other's throats. We have the King of Swords that's coming after this. This is going to be a short wave that you are riding. It doesn't make it suck any less. So, what are we going to with this? Because I want to get clarification on what happens between the Page of Swords and the King of Swords. I don't want that. Gonna actually finish this reading off with postcards from Spirit. I've been really feeling those recently. And what I love about those is when I'm using them in a reading, the spirit that comes through, it picks the most unique card for that situation. And I've been blown away. I love that I got those. Okay, so what is the deal with the Page of Swords and the King of Swords? The Six of Cups. When did you change? Listen. There's a lot of choices to be made. A lot of things that you're watching grow inside of you. You have grown exponentially. So when this asks, when did you change? This has been changing and coming for a very long time. And they have this idealistic approach of how you should still be and how they can still get you to behave a certain way. It's manipulative, but I don't think that it's malicious. It's just a shock because you've been growing, spiritually, mentally, intellectually, all those things. And it's like they haven't done the work for themselves. They haven't done the shadow work. And it's been really difficult for them because it's like, in a way, they're afraid that you're leaving them behind. On some subconscious level, there we go, I said it. They feel like they're being left behind by you. And that's, I get why that would make them upset, but they're projecting something that's completely unfair to you. They're not being left behind just because you are changing, and you might be changing locations, you might be changing jobs, lovers, all of this. But it's not like you're leaving them behind. It can't stay the way that it was forever. There has to be a point of evolution, of moving on from this certain stage in life. That's what you're here for. You're here for the constant state of moving on, taking these amazing lessons and opportunities with you, and having love throughout the entire thing. The King of Swords is stand your ground. You cannot fit into that box anymore. You can't maintain that story. You have to free yourself of these old conditions. This, I know it's going to be uncomfortable, but they need to understand that they aren't going to be abandoned in this, that they're not going to be left behind. You might not be able to talk all the time. You may not be able to go to wherever you normally go together, but this is part of life, and you would never want to hold them back. They shouldn't, they're going to have to learn that it's not being left behind, and it's not an opportunity to hold somebody in your space in their space for their own comfort. They're going to have to face their shadow self and their growth at whatever time they're ready to face it, and it will happen. But right now they got to deal with the discomfort that you are ascending, growing. I see that you're energetically pulling away from them too. You just can't fight anymore. It's become too unstable. You're talking in circles, repeating the same type of conversations. It's exhausting. It really is. So, Spirit, we're going to get a closing postcard. And, well, if you're new, I hope that you enjoyed the show. And, I don't know, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell for notification. Reach out if you have any questions about readings or just to say hello. You can find my email in the main part, and also you can find me on any social platform. It's really easy to get a hold of me. Okay, I think we got it. So what I want you to do, don't overthink this. The first name of a loved one who has crossed over, the first one to come to a head without, saying, no, I want to hear from this person or that person. This is going to be your main guide. But on the flip side, if nobody's coming, this is going to be a message from Spirit, which, they're the main guide that's coming forth. So again, don't overthink it, but who is somebody who's crossed over who's coming to mind first and foremost? It's not a disservice to anyone else who's crossed over. This is just the main one stepping forward right now. Okay, my dearest you, even though life seems to now be moving full steam ahead, it's time to rest. Time to let ideas flow through you and to take root in your heart before they reach your mind. Honor this process by becoming empty to allow for inspiration and the magic of dreaming. You might feel lazy or unproductive, but we know better. Just as sleep is a way to recharge before renewal, so are you in this time for dreaming. In this powerful process of co-creation, your soul merges with spirit in a profound way so you can receive your music directly from source and play your part in the symphony of life. You are being invited to bear witness to the great creation and tune in to what others can't hear. We have so many dreams to share with you in the sacred and in the invisible. Don't worry, we will wake you when it's time to return with a new dream. No need to set an alarm clock. Well, that's nice. Human beings spend a huge percent of their life asleep, not just in bed, but the kind where you forget that you are a spiritual mortal being taking on a temporary human form. It's not your fault. Everyone suffers from spiritual amnesia once in a while. And as you develop an identity and ego, you'll begin to see through the eyes of the small self and have less connection to your soul self. You may not recognize that this is going on, but you can sure feel it. We're here to remind you to look through your soul's eyes and see that magic is everywhere. Infinite potential lies in Spirit, who is teaming with you to fulfill the contract you have made to contribute to the evolution of the whole world. Wake up and remember that all the help you need is orchestrated in the invisible realms. Your mind is in alignment with the divine intelligence and is unstoppable. The world is yours to co-create. You are so loved, and we are all behind you. Love, Spirit. I hope this reading made sense. Reach out, say hello. I'll talk to you all soon, and until next time, stay safe and have fun, and know that I love you very much. Bye for now.